Good day. Welcome to my special for 2 to the power of 7 subscribers. Who would have ever thought that I would get to this giddy height? I didn't know what to expect, really. I've just been doing this mostly for fun. I've been contemplating maybe doing some vlogging, not quite sure what best word to use for that. One of the things I've always found compelling about a variety of YouTubers is when they tell you a little bit about what's going on for them behind the scenes with their behind the scenes. Look at me, all showbiz. Anyway, talk about their life a little bit, what their interests are outside of whatever their primary channel is about. There are a couple of guys, Mainmeister, uh, Del Boy 3K1. I do in fact know both of their real life names, and I don't know that either one of them regards it as a closely held secret, but just in case, I'm not gonna bother to say that. But I do find the content where they are just talking about themselves and their lives to be very compelling watching, I guess. It's interesting. You feel like you might get to know somebody a little bit, even though you don't necessarily know them. Although I've come to meet both of them in the online sense. I've actually known Meister in the online sense for more than 20 years. Although we had a big interlude there where there wasn't much contact. And yeah, so there you go. Life is weird. The internet is weird. Everything's weird these days. Right. How did I get on this track? Well, I've been doing specials around my number of subscribers reaching binary significant digit milestones. So I did I do a 2 to the 4th? I don't think I did. 2 to the 5th, 2 to the 6th, and now here we are, 2 to the 7th. What could be more exciting than this? Well, presumably 2 to the 8th, 2 to the 8th, which is, of course, every one will be a doubling. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your children, tell your cousins, tell your whole extended family. Put flyers up on your block directing people to my channel, and one day, I'll be able to make a 2 to the power of 8th subscriber video, all thanks to you. So a sincere thank you. What I'm going to do here, and this is probably the last time I'm going to be able to do this particular thing, is play Commodore 128 games for my 128 subscriber special. And with that bit of rambling and bit of explanation about what's what, here we go. Oh, I almost forgot. A good friend of mine had a conversation with me after exchanging a couple of emails about the Commodore 128. John, if you happen to catch this, thanks very much. The conversation we had was tremendously helpful. John owns a Commodore 128, which one of these days I'll have to get over to see him and observe it in action, assuming it's not buried in some storage container somewhere in his basement. But actually, that's probably more like my basement than his basement. So disregard. In any case, I'd love to do that. And thanks for your help, John. It was tremendously helpful in helping me be helpfully helped by helping me to choose some games that I wanted to play. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a number of them to work properly, but that's another story. Maybe later, maybe another Commodore 128 video is in my future. Who knows? In any case, thanks, John, and on with the show. Here we go with the game Kicks, which I think I used to call Quicks for no apparent reason. I think with the Q all by itself, or even with a U for that matter, it would be pronounced Kicks. Anyhow, I didn't make the game, so I'm not positive. This is the, as far as I know, this is the enhanced version. Just get my earphones volume, or my set volume is turned way up. And here we go. That's quite the title screen. Hal's Arcade. I really don't know what that is meant to represent there. The spiky thing and the terrified people. I guess if you saw a spiky thing like that levitating down the street, you would probably not be delighted and scared as heck, probably. Anyway, weird little... How does this work? You can't... Okay, you have to push the button to leave the what you call it? The part you've built. And looks like you have to hold the button down to go slow. Presumably the whole way, I guess. That would make sense. So the slow part doesn't matter at this stage of the game. It'd be nice if you would not hover over top of my head there, you big goofy thing, you. It's got a little bit of the old vertical, slow, horizontal, fast thing going on, which is kind of annoying actually when you see that in games. Whoops, what am I doing here? I don't want to get stuck. Oh, what happened there? Did the spark get me maybe? Maybe. Let's see here. Gotta carve up the space if you want to get the level completed. Oh, hey, you snuck off to the other side there. Come back. I'm a little surprised that he was able to squeeze through there. Let's see here. I can come down this way. And, oh, I should have done that slowly. Oh well. Oh, don't squeak through there. What? That's not right. and then I fail. Oh my gosh. Well, go back through into my little prison that I devised for you, you big stupid thing. That's quite annoying, actually. I thought I had him fully sealed off there. Where the hell did he go? The kicks disappeared. What? Where? What is even happening? Alright, 98%. Some kind of... I don't know what. Okay. Well, as kicks games go, this is decent. Conversions, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, except for that. That wasn't ideal. I guess I need to be a little more cautious. I wonder if this has the old crossover thing. Yeah, it does. Oh no! So you could actually go down one of these little channels and get stuck. That wouldn't hurt my feelings any. Somewhere besides where I'm trying to build would be crappity crap. All right, well, 45,000. I got to level 2, I guess. Up and down on the joystick to enter initials, which I have initials, so that's pretty good. Good to have initials. All righty. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. I'm not sure what about it is enhanced. Graphics, probably pretty similar to the C64. Sound, maybe? Well, probably not. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to compare at some point. There must be kicks for the C64. Just have another go here. Oh, it looks like the pattern thing is kind of randomized, which is neat. If you do it slowly, you get a different pattern, a different fill pattern, which is also kind of cool. The arcade filled it with brown versus gray, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. That business where where the kicks disappeared and I kind of magically completed the level was pretty nice. Kind of, oh no. I wouldn't expect that to happen very often. Unless it happens this time again, in which case it happens all the time. Come on. Okay, I guess I'll monkey around out here until these two guys come around. I don't think the kicks should be able to squeeze through that little gap. I would hope not. There, okay, just in case. Oh, they've doubled. Should I try and finish this, or should I go for the bigger points? Maybe I'll just finish it. Nowhere near as many points as the 98% finish, though. Music is decent. Only happens when you're not playing the game, though. Purple, that's okay. That was dumb. I bit off too much there. Thought, oh my god, I bit off nothing. I was thinking I could get away with a big one, and then I wasn't planning to get away with anything, and he came and zipped in and just killed me, so that's fun. Having a hard time doing smaller little fills here. The movement of the kicks is, oh crap. And, oh, I have one more. Okay, I thought I was done. Oh, for Pete's sake. All right. So the movement of the kicks is very good, very much like the arcade. Graphics, sounds good. Good game. Good game. Why am I bothering to enter my initials, you say? That is a fair question. Sheer force of habit, I'm going to have to say. All right, and that is kicks. Hello, I've got Burgerwhop loaded up here, which is an 80-column game. Took me a moment to realize that it was running in the other window. F3 for normal. Ooh, nice sound. Kind of a tiny little screen here. Character version of Burger Time, and okay. Joystick controlled though. Take me some getting used to the chunk of the movement. As is the norm for as is the norm for character text-based games, basically, which this is. And yeah, did actually remember my position, so that's handy. Do you have pepper? You do have pepper, okay. These guys can kind of sneak up on you. Ah! Can kind of sneak up on you for sure. Ah, pepper down there. Do-do-do-do. Alrighty. Whoa! Man, they do kind of sneak up on you. They shoot up vertically and cruise along horizontally. So, whoa, no! Can I go up there? To the score area? I can. Interesting. So we've got, I don't know what, hot dogs for sure, and maybe eggs? Eggs, yeah, let's call them eggs. Another pepper. I don't know if I dare. Their movement is Burger Time-esque for sure. That should do it for this level. Doesn't really bear any resemblance to the arcade game. So an 80 column C128 version of Burger Time. Character driven, not. Oops, what the? Why were you stuck there? Oh, I squashed a few of them. That's nice, I guess. Oop. Well, you're going that way, but anywho. Whop Whop. Okay, there's the name, Burgerwhop right there. Whop. Uh-oh. Run down. There we go. Can I? They don't follow strict, or do they? Maybe that was the third burger. Hot dog. I mean, the music, the sound effects are quite true to the original. I don't know if there's a way for me to make this a little bigger. I've got my window pretty large, actually. Whop. Oh, how the egg materialized right on top of me, I think. Yeah, that's odd. Not quite sure how you're meant to deal with that. Usually they, in the arcade, they walk, well, like they're doing there, they walk in from off screen. Not too keen on that little materializing right on top of you thing. Oops, I was gonna go down, not so much anymore. I guess you look a little bit like a chef with your white hat. Oh, well, how close do you have to be to those guys to pepper them? For crying out loud. Ooh, 4,000. That was pretty good. Are they going to materialize right? Okay, interesting. None of you are coming straight for me. Whop. Pepper. Run away! Run away, I says. Yeah! Uh-oh. I don't know. Okay, the pepper mechanism is terrible. Like, brutally bad. It could at least linger for a sec. that hot dog? Oh, I assumed it was going to go up. They seem to like... Oh, I actually peppered it, one of them. It's a miracle. It's a miracle! I'm going to see level 3 before I quit playing. The levels are... I'm going to say inventive. They're alright. I mean, they're certainly unique. So the vertical movement, they just whip up those ladders because it's one character at a time versus crawling horizontally. So that's a little bit off-putting. If the game author had maybe implemented a let's move twice as or half speed on going up and down, that might have felt a little better. I think that's game over for me, and I think I've had enough of Burgerwhop. So I guess what makes this a unique Commodore 128 game is the fact that it plays in 80 column mode, character set game. As far as I can tell, that's it. Not bad, not bad. Limited number of colors. I'm just studying the screen here. Character-based graphics, limited number of colors. What have we got there? Two blues, a sort of a brown, gray, green, two greens. Well, it's not bad actually. And then there was a yellow for the, oh, there's pickles, which I didn't see. Eggs are sort of a gray-white, I guess gray. And the peppers are yellow. Well, fair bit of colors. I mean, they appear to be high resolution. It's a bit of an illusion because it's a character-based game, but anyway, not terrible, but of course the movement of the characters, the players, and the bad guys are pretty jerky. Oh, there's a ketchup bottle. That's interesting. Not sure what that is about. So red for ketchup. Oh, also sort of a pink for hot dogs. All kinds of colors. So many colors. All right. Anyway, that will do it for Burgerwhop with an exclamation mark. It's not Burgerwhop. It's Burgerwhop. Onwards. Here we have the last V8, which I've loaded up and played once or twice and failed to live more than a few seconds each time. So might as well do some experimentation on camera. Here we go.
Carry out your orders. Go at once.
Go at once. My orders, I think, are get fuel rods. And so far, all I've really managed to do is crash. So I'm going to take it slow. And it also took me a little while to... Oh, God. What fun. So far, it eventually dawned on me that you steer by pushing in the direction that you want to go.
Carry out your orders. Go at once.
Not left and right, but that seems to leave the whole speed thing up to considerable interpretation. Okay, apparently I ran over a rock there. Is that a fuel rod? It is. Wow, good for me. Oh, I don't know what that was. Oh. Apparently moving at tiny rate of speed and hitting any obstacle means you must instantaneously
Carry out your orders. Go at once.
Alrighty, so... Oh, I don't think I actually... Maybe I'll try going in a different direction here. Yeah, the weird thing... Oh, God. said when you try to change direction, you speed up. Seems to make this kind of an unplayable. Carry out your orders. Go at once. Creep around. Fuel rods do I need, I wonder? Some of the time turning left and right. Oh, how did that? Oh. This is ridiculous. I'm not sure what about this is enhanced for the Commodore 128. Maybe the speech. Oh no, wait. Actually, I read there was an extra level, which I think is this first one. So anyway, I'll stick with this for a little while, but I don't really see myself playing this for too much longer. If the merest touch of anything is instantly fatal. Okay, so creep. No. At least you burst into flames. Your death worthwhile. And apparently you don't have lives, just one life, and the game is over, I guess. Okay, so. Yeah, so it's pretty unintuitive, I have to say, control-wise. Oh, that's not what I want. Oh, I guess that worked out okay. I guess that worked out okay. I was actually trying to reverse, but I'm still not used to this whole business of control. So any rock bigger than a speck seems to be fatal. Whoa! More radioactive. Fuel rods I need to collect here. No. Slow down. Let's see here. Road, whatever, surface. Not sure what that was, but it didn't kill me, so that's good, I guess. I feel like this is where I started from. Yes, I think it is. Or is it not? Damn it. Oh my god. This is getting to me. I don't know if I should even include this one though, at the way that the radio is going. I had what, four? I don't even know if those are fuel rods that I was picking up. There was the blue thing as well. Okay, so I know there's one up here. thing. Electricity. Oh, there's a few things. Rods. Okay. Oh, for crying. Yeah, this is not a fun game.
Carry out your orders. Go at once.
Yes, I'm trying to go at once, but it's harder than it seems, Mr. Showy Man. Okay, so this is pretty unintuitive controls, I have to say. Kind of get in the hang of it, but slowly at best. Why are you picking? No, I'm not close enough. Okay, there's actually another one just over here. Oh my god. Yeah, this is fun. Not fun. Okay, I see my shield is gradually wearing out. I'm also gradually getting a little bit better at controls. Okay, I have no idea how many of these things I'm meant to be picking up. Just stick with the not very fast mode here, I think. Shit. Unintuitive, to say the least. Some interesting scenery. I guess that's about the most I can say here. The music's pretty good. The screen where you play on is tiny, actually. You've got your gauges. You've got the permanent logo there, created by David Darling. You're driving a V8 on the surface of, I think it's meant to be Mars. And
Carry out your orders. Go at once.
again, I have no idea how many of these things we're meant to be picking up. Oops. My shield like crazy. Okay, I'm kind of getting the feel for steering. It's going to ruin me for other driving games though. The left and right factors into it, but instead of steering left and right like you might expect, what you do is actually turn by going in the direction that you want to turn, sort of, kind of. You have to sort of continue on the stick. Unless you want to reverse, in which case I guess the diagonal also works. I'll burn up some of my shield here. These things are supposed to get. Alright, well I did improve gradually. I don't dare go very fast here. This looks like a dead zone to me. Solid building shadow, yeah, I think. certain things if they're drivable or not. I really want to guess. I'm not entirely sure about turkey shit. There's one. Great. Okay, and I'm running low on fuel because I'm having to drive so damn cautiously. These fuel rods that I think I'm picking up don't seem to actually give any fuel. And what happened? I ran over a rock and I exploded, or maybe I ran out of fuel. Okay, well that's not very exciting, I'm afraid. I'm gonna have to give some thought as to whether to include this in the video or not. In any case, that is it for the last V8 Commodore 128 Enhanced. Alrighty, here's a Commodore 128 game that I know literally nothing about other than the name. The Rocky Horror Show, cracked by Sgt. Pepper, which seemed to be the easiest version to get going here. So I had paused it when we got to this title screen. And is the disc? Right, the disc is still running, so we shall just let this carry on as the sector counter ticks up slowly. And now it's jumping around and seeking. This is going to work. Let's hope. Richard O'Brien's. Should I have gone into warp mode? Maybe. Oh, here we go. Just taking a while to load. All right, so that is presumably Brad and Janet. Oh, do you wish to be Brad or Janet? How do I choose? I don't know which I wish to be. B or, well, let's go with Brad. I've hit B, so hopefully that means Brad. Enter at your own risk. Okay, button push. I am Brad. Freezer temperature. Alright, well this is an interesting looking game. It reminds me of the Sierra games like King's Quest or the Lucasfilm one. Day of the Tentacle. I am... Is that a door? Looks like a door. So it looks to be too short. There's a countdown. Oh. Am I supposed to do things with keyboard? Oh gosh, I should have read the manual. Alright, well, I don't seem to be able to do anything here, so I wonder if it's keyboard. Oh, just run through some keys here. Oh, looks like you can play with keyboard as well. A and Z. Nothing obvious for left and So, that's mildly disappointing. Not sure if that's meant to be. It looks like a balcony. That's got to be a balcony. But I don't see any obvious way up there. Okay, I'm missing something. So let me, oh, hey, there's somebody. Oh, she took my clothes. That's less than ideal. Oh, there we go. Walking around, protecting my nude bits. Freezer temperature is rising. There's a key there that I don't seem to be able to do anything with, maybe because I'm naked. And there's the stairs, which I can climb up, and this also doesn't seem to do anything. So let me Alright, I'm actually going to pause the game. I'm going to pause the recording. I think I paused before I finished saying I'm going to pause the game. Alright, so it turns out that, as I suspected, if once your clothes are stolen, you can't do anything. So I wonder if I shouldn't restart here. Or what that is. Doesn't seem to be anything. Kind of looks a little bit graphically glitchy, but not really. So keys. Oh, there's. Oh, okay. I guess not. These are pieces of a machine. That's character names are going to escape me here. Magenta and what the heck is the name of the guy? Oh yeah, okay. I think these are all machine pieces. So the game, the music is all, as far as I can tell, it's all let's do the time warp again. So you need to find your clothes, but I feel like I have now covered everywhere that I can actually. Oh, maybe not. Am I in the elevator? Yes, I am. Alrighty. Well, I'm seeing all kinds of mildly interesting things that I can't do anything with. Oh, was that my clothes? That's my clothes! Yay! And why am I moving so slow? Is that because of the animated part on the screen? Oh, there's the two ladies. Key. Ah, get out the door. Thank you. I don't think I want to monkey around with the two ladies. They'll come and take my clothes or whatever other tortures they have. There's Sleeves. Can I climb this? Oh, I can. Can I? Ah. Somehow I did something there. Or is that just coincidence? Oh, hello, that's Rocky. Can I do anything with any of this stuff? I really want to bump into Rocky if I can avoid it. Can't go any higher. Alright, alright, alright. Well, Brad, you better get your butt in gear. Can I only carry one piece at a time? Do not press. So if I climb this... Okay, it's not a coincidence. You climb that and it turns off the beam for a moment. Just long enough to get through. Do not press. Again. Oh, lordy, lordy, what do we got here? Is this... I don't know what this is. this room? I don't know what the hell's going on here. Okay, once you've opened the door, you're good to go. Well, this is interesting. If I go through here, I'm back in crazy room. I have a key. Oh, there's something in the top right there. Or top left, rather. I don't know what that is meant to be. Can I go down here? Ooh. Dungeon. Oh, I see. Can I fall? I can fall. Oh no, zap. That seems that seems fairly final. Richard O'Brien's The Rocky Horror Show, cracked by Sergeant Pepper in '86. All right, well there you go. I do not know what makes that special for the Commodore 128. Actually, I do have the manual up here. Let me see if I can. Let me see if it says. The graphics were done by blah blah blah. Copying is prohibited. Yes, yes. I certainly didn't make a copy of this game. I would never do that. Why would I do that? Commodore 128 has one more line. Turn on your TV or monitor. Turn on your disk drive. Hold down the Commodore button. Oh, so it runs in Commodore mode. Huh, well it doesn't actually say anything about what's different about it in the manual. So I don't know. I've got no idea. Maybe it didn't, maybe nothing. But it is definitely a game that was available for the Commodore 128, so presumably something. I don't know. I do not know. In any case, I think that's going to do it for my look at the Rocky Horror Show. Alrighty, arm up and everything. That's relaxation, that is. This is the result of me trying several 128 games and not having any luck in terms of having them work. So I've got one here called Demon Dungeon that I know nothing about. You are a daring thief who is caught stealing the king's crown. The king was so impressed by your stupidity, he offered you a choice: be beheaded or journey into the realms below the castle to recover the royal gold chests that were stolen by the wizard Noxvus. Okay, the chests are guarded by 6 demons. I mean, really, that's quite the choice, hey? Beheaded or journey. The demons wander around in the darkness to kill intruders. It's good activity for demons, I guess. There's also a spell that will instantly kill anyone who enters the dungeon. Well, that seems a little less appealing. You possess a magic cloak to protect you. However, the cloak's power only lasts 4 minutes. As an added incentive, the king tells you they may keep half the gold in the chests you find. Press any key. This looks a lot like a text-based game. And did it go to the other screen? No. Okay, let's, there we go. Oh, interesting. Is this, uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Is this key-based? Oh, wait a minute. Swap joysticks again. There we go. All right, there's a chest. Okay, I guess I can't leave yet. My light travels with me, which makes sense, I suppose. As 128 games go, this is decidedly non-graphical. The time ticks down. I guess I have to find an exit somewhere, presumably, that is not either of the two I've found so far. Oh, there are some demons. Good news. They are indeed wandering. Oh no, game over. So what constitutes an exit, I wonder? All right, well that's a lengthy musical outro. And what's happening now? Do I get to play again? I do get to play again. Oh, there's a demon already. One of the demons. Was it 6 demons or 4 demons? Apparently I can't leave yet. So is it 4 minutes to find all the treasure? Is that the idea? I am just a treasure finding machine. That's what I am. This feels like the top of the maze here. Alrighty. Whoop. So many demons. There's one! Does it say anything about how many treasures there are to find? No. Score is 800. 100 per treasure box. 10. The answer is 10. Alright, on to level 2, presumably. You get 4 minutes per level? Yes, you do. That doesn't really line up with the story that was told, but what the hell. What the hell? Story was pretty weak in any case. Like, extremely weak. I'm not sure why they bothered. Could have been a screen that says wander around collecting 10 treasures per level, avoid demons. I feel like that would have been a better introduction than the story that is A, inconsistent, and B, weak. Could I have done better? Actually, yes, I could have. I literally just did. Anyway, 4 minutes per level to collect 10 treasures. So I found half of them on this level. And uh-oh. Ooh, they kind of rush around a little bit, those guys. 8 out of 10, I think, assuming it's still 10. Which I guess I don't know that it is one way or the other. There's 9. Okay, well, I was down here already. Well, this game is a little on the weak side. It's also about 10 times as much fun as the last V8, which isn't saying very much, I'm afraid to say. I'm sorry to say. I'm not afraid to say it. I just said it, and I'm still not afraid. Alrighty, well, maybe I'll play a little more recklessly here. See how fast I can. You should get some kind of time remaining bonus or something. There's not much to this game, I'm afraid. Sound effects are super basic. Oop, there's a demon. There's a couple of treasures as well. Come and get me, you dumb old demon, you. So, I'm not sure why the maze has things that go off the screen, because they don't go anywhere, like this, for example. But they are irrelevant. Get 10 of those amazingly detailed treasure chests, and you are on your way to the next level, where you get another 4 Another 4 minutes of playtime. Or time limit, I should say. How am I doing here? I see 2 more. Ooh, that was maybe a little close. Are demons blocked by treasure chests, I wonder? There we go. Speedy play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 demons. 6 demons versus me. Two treasure chests right off the bat. Wow. The bounty. Oh no. Oh no. 3 demons in my immediate vicinity. And the very, very sad taps plays and ends oddly. But yeah, right there. I don't think that's normal, but anyway. All right. Well, I think that is going to do it for my look at, what was this called? Demon Dungeon? I think so. The file name is just D Dungeon, I believe. Anywho, yeah, D Dungeon, Demon Dungeon. Right on. So that's it for this one. Alrighty. Here we have Arkanoid, Revenge of Doe. What have we got here? I'm having a hard time reading some of those letters. Players. Oh, I see. Mouse, J for joystick, keyboard. J, there we go, J. 1 player. That didn't actually do anything. Hit the button, hit enter, hit F3, F2. Okay, well this is oh, really? Okay, joystick's not doing anything. Oh, where's the swap joystick function? There it is. There we go. Joystick 1, that's unusual. Maybe not on the 128, I'm not sure. Of the games that I've gotten to work, which is not tons, it's been joystick 2 as per usual on the Commodore. R, I forget what that does. Well, this is quite the game. This is really well done. It looks very much like, well, with a limited color palette, I guess, but in terms of the graphics, this is very much like Revenge of Doe. Mouse, I wonder if I could get that to work. That would actually be better for a game like this. Wow, it's got the whole, really nice. It's even got the sweeping the ball business there to affect the angle. This is part of the Tato arcade series, as far as I can tell. It's got the same type of intro as whoops, that was pretty weak. As did Kicks, which I don't believe I showed for either one of these. Oh, I have a great score, do I? That didn't feel like a great score. Nice high score entry screen though. Wow, that's super sensitive. There we go. Oh, whoop, no. Good lord. Alrighty, let's see here. Can I actually connect a mouse? Mouse grab? Mouse, it's not detecting one. Okay, how do I release the mouse? I have no idea. That's not great. If I pause it, do I release the mouse? Oh my god. Oh, Alt-M. Alt-M, okay. Unpause for the music. Preferences. Never mind the mouse grab. Whoops. Thought I just turned that off. Settings. Input. Control port 1 joystick. Oh, okay. Mouse. Lots of different mouses available try the Amiga mouse. Close that. Still no mouse detected. Maybe I need to grab it. Maybe I need to reset the game. Oh, what the? Accidentally changing my headphone volume there. Alright. Well, it would be nice to get the mouse working, actually, but I wonder if I can just maybe reboot this unit here. Reset, hard reset. There's my Commodore 128. Oh, you're booting. Alright, can we warp this? Oh, let's have a look at the Tato load screen here. Funtime Arcade. Operation Wolf, Gladiator, Double Dragon, Mad Mania. And here we go, Arkanoid, Revenge of Doe. That's quite a nice screen. Are you going to detect the mouse? You are not. Okay. All right. Well, I am not going to mess around with that anymore. I'm going to play again. Hopefully I can do a little better here. Oh my god. What? Why do I? Swap joysticks is on. Are you kidding? Oh, because I turned off. I set the first port to a mouse. Joystick. Are we back? No. Why me? I should really edit this out. Not sure if I'm going to or not. Come on now. Why are you not allowing me to set the joystick? Control port joystick. Oh, that's why. So bizarre. Okay. Confusion abounds. Okay, there we go. Ideally, what you wanted to do was get it up the chute there. So the little gray blocks with the I don't know what the two things on them. They disappear and then they come back after a while. So if you could get it into the zone with the colored bricks through that opening, then it would bounce around in there for a while and open up the level a little bit. Be nice to get past the first screen. I used to be decent at this in the arcade, but it of course had a spinner. Not like exceptional at it, but I feel I'm trying to remember how far I would get on Revenge of Doe, but several screens in, I'm pretty sure. On an average play. Okay, I don't think I want the R. That's a reducer, I believe. Pew. All kinds of power-ups in this game. There's the sort of, I always thought of it as the Mirage one, which I have right now. Gives you sort of a ghostly trail on your paddle. Yes, that's a slowdown. That's probably not worthwhile at this point. Laser, that's a good one. That's an extra life, I believe. What is I? Well, good thing I got the extra life and lost it immediately. Probably wasn't worth doing. Laser. E is enlarge. Similar to, oh, for crying out loud. The non-spinner aspect of Arkanoid on a home computer is challenging. I guess I don't know about for the Commodores. There were spinners available for the Ataris. Probably there were for the Commodores as well. I was not a Commodore guy in the sense that I didn't own one. I kind of do now. I have a, well, sort of. I have a Commodore 64 Mini, which is pretty cool, actually. D is the disperse, I always thought of it as. Produces a bajillion balls or whatever. Not an actual bajillion, but a whole bunch. Which you gradually lose. If you're, oh my god. You can hang on to them for a while though, so at least some of them. You got a pretty good chance at clearing off a level. Only 2 bricks remaining! Only 2 balls as well. Come on. Those, the bad guys there put a real element of chance into the game. So balls can go just about anywhere off those guys. One, oh, there we go. Oh, I didn't actually consciously choose to go to the left, but that's okay. Ah, yes, the old rainbow level. Nope, that was a little steeper shot than I was expecting. No, really? That's the game? Crap. Alright, well, that's Arkanoid on the Commodore 128. How about that? Nice game. Nice game, I have to say. Did I get on the board here somewhere? Alan Short. Oh, round 22. Wow. Good job, guys. 86. I didn't even know what my score was, but I doubt I'm on the board with these kind of scores. Lorraine, all kinds of names. W1, W2, W3. Alrighty. Yes, that will do it for my look at Arkanoid on the 128. Alrighty, I'm back. Not that I ever really left in the sense of this video. Wasn't that fun? I had some fun. I also had some frustrations. I have to say getting the 128, the games for the Commodore 128 to actually load and work is a huge pain in the ass. So the ones that I got to go, I played. I didn't try every single C128 game that I came across. I'd like to thank Delboy3K1. You should check out his channel, by the way. Very entertaining for his help in finding some of the games. I was not, however, able to get in a bunch of them to load, even with his help. There's a C128 game base that I did locate, and I didn't realize there was such a thing with. So anyway, Dell let me know that it existed. He pulled a bunch of games from it for me. I did find it and used it, but even with that, I had no luck in making some of those games work, so I don't really know the story there. And I don't even care that much. However, the 128 thing is just a bit of a conceit for the number of subscribers that I have presumably reached, or I wouldn't be making this video public. I am recording it in advance of reaching that number of subscribers, so I guess if I don't ever get that many, you'll never see this video. I imagine. We'll see how it goes. Within a week or two of me saying these words, I would expect to be at that crazy, crazy height. Who would have ever thought? Do I have anything else to say about this? Not really. Not lots. I can always ramble. That's a skill set that I definitely have. I'll continue making game videos and well, primarily game videos, I think, as long as I'm having a good time. And I still am. I'm enjoying it. Uh, Lots of fun things that I've discovered. Some bad things in terms of games that just are not worth playing, but I guess you can let me be your handy guide to things to avoid if that's helpful for you. And as I've said before, one of my prime motivations in doing this is just to have some idea of how these games, what they were like, my memories of the systems, and I guess there's a bit of a preservation aspect there. There's no shortage of people playing games. Um, there's not very many that I've been able to find that sort of pick up and play any old obscure game that they come across, which I have been doing in the case of the Atari 8-bits. Lots and lots of games that I had no exposure to back in the day, which for me was the from about 83 to 80, almost 87, I think, was the time that I owned my original Atari 600 XL. So there was certainly system life both before and after that. Obviously, I had exposure to a fair number of the things that came before that time, but not after until much more recently. So, okay, enough of that, I guess. Hopefully, you got some enjoyment out of that. I did. I'm going to slap all these clips together, probably without any significant editing on my part, or maybe even any, render them out and post it up in a non-public sense until I hit that wonderful subscriber number, magical, mystical subscriber number. I guess it's neither of those things, but it will be cool, assuming I do reach that point, to have that many subscribers. I didn't really know what to expect when I started this, so it's been great. Thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.